a time cap on the labyrinth? I don't really know.
Some things that slumber should never be awoken.
Okay, that's nothing. Like, these things are usually buffers that if you don't kill them, stay there indefinitely. So I can get rid of it real quick.
Forget your freedom. You were born for this. Pity the Emperor who sits alone on
Okay.
his throne.
That's really interesting. Like, the last time around, with a level 40 kind of character, I really had problems with it. Really had problems with it. But now I'm just kind of yeah, basically rushing through this without any issues. It's great. Like it.
Death to sin.
The son of Esamir met the son of San upon the road to the imperial throne. The Eternal offered his cunning, his eyes and ears bought and paid for. The Esamite offered his strength, his sword, earned in the arena. A pact was forged, with the labyrinth as witness. Two men separated by blood, two men bound by hope. Two men, and only one emperor.
What did I get? The next conduit you interact with will be disabled permanently. Alright, that's neat. What do they mean by conduit? Is that some kind of lightning trap? Let's hope so. Oh, being tanky is just so much better. And now I'm being tanky because I'm over leveled, but over fusion. So what do we have here? Another Exile Path, and there is another one up here, but nah, let's just ignore that. So
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. To entertain doubt is to dance with death. The Asmeri were consummate survivors. They had to be, having been sired in the most inhospitable range of mountains in all of Rayclast. Unfortunate, some might say. I do not. I believe it was the making of them, and of us, their descendants. So it is no wonder that they developed the Lord's trial. With survival being a moment-by-moment concern, that harried people grew to understand power quite intimately. Strong leadership is able to bridge the chasm between existence and extinction. Poor leadership might see an entire tribe vanish into that same chasm. When the Asmeri descended from their mountains to conquer the fecund lands of central Rayclast, they thrived and multiplied with utmost alacrity in those more forgiving climes. For is it not poverty that teaches us how we might excel in times of plenty?
interesting. This is the mansion passage, and this is the door. Where do we go from here on out? Okay, this is him again.
One defiles the
Oi. Damn it. That's really mean. Like, these two buffs stay here, and I can't do anything about it.
Stand your ground.
That's just really mean. I wanted to deactivate the first ones, just so I don't need to do much. Damn it, that's almost too easy. Okay. Ascendancy classes are just something for the late game, it seems. Okay, you are here. Yeah, obviously. Where would I be otherwise? Can't go through that. There might just be a way to get in there from the other side. Oh, shite. Oh, oi. It's a trap. Where do I need to go? This is the wrong way. Let's go this way real quick. Eee! Oi. Here now. Would have been dead by now if it was like for the difficulty that I'm at right now. Alright, come on, let's move forward. Ooh, something yellow. As well as another poem.
The warrior bled upon Azaro's stones and cursed Azaro's ilk. He looked upon the walls of his tomb, built by his masters, his enemies, and called for the first ones to carry him to the forest and fields of his Ezomir. Yet while the first ones remained silent, the guide did speak, of secrets planted by clever hands enslaved by gold. And with one such secret, plucked the life of the warrior from the first one's jaws.
Is this the way Basilica holds? I think so. I hope so. Okay, and there's also seems to be at least another hidden room up there. Do I care about the room? Nah, I don't care about the room at all. Let's just move forward. So, like, there's something about the labyrinth being timed, but okay, we are at. Oh, that doesn't look right. Silver key, silver cash. Where we are right now. Do we need it in order to advance, or is it just like a nice recommendation? You could have it. Don't really need to though. Oh yeah, there's a strong box. No!
Those who ascend too quickly, the fall is inevitable.
Oh, come on! Oh, I hate that. Come on. And suddenly there's an enemy that's just far too deadly. I can't kill him within seconds. That's not cool. Either all of them are strong, I can handle that. But an enemy that just appears and is like 1,000 times stronger than the others, no, that's not cool. But this was because of the prophecy I had. I found like an enemy in a strong box in there, but so annoying. Alright, so this one as well, and this one goes
Stay
into
out of the shadows.
that stash. Oh, bollocks. I have to do this all again. Oh. Damn it. I fought him 2 times now. 2 times. There's just one more time to go. Oh no, it would have been so much easier. Why am I even using that? I could have just gone for the other one. Damn it. So we are going for the first one.
Justice will prevail.
And of course I'm here. Wait. And again I have to bump up. So is there any info on for those who are going too quickly? Justice will prevail. No. There's no general information on like
My mana is spent.
how quickly you have to go through this labyrinth. Maybe they got rid of the timing. I hope so. This was annoying. Nice. This one is the locked door. So there's probably another way getting around there. So I have to find the other way around. Oh, wait. Ooh! God, almost. Just because of that. Actually, the fact that I can get so many currency items from one of these troughs means I don't need... yeah, just find one of these troughs, basically, and farm these like crazy. That's interesting. Think about it. So the last time the entrance was somewhere over here. Yeah, let's see. That could be it. Okay. So
the weary traveler draws close to the end of the path.
no shit.
The Asmeri were the first culture known in history to use trials of strength, wisdom, and spirit to select things that slumber. The first Lord's trial was a rough-hewn maze festooned with wild animals and brutal traps, crafted to test aspiring Asmerian leaders' body, mind, and soul. In conquering the adversities of the maze, to your course, a champion proved they were capable of bearing the crushing burden of chieftainship. The first trials were simple contraptions reflecting simple times. As the Asmerian civilization grew in number and complexity, so did the trials. From treacherous mazes to bewildering labyrinths. Royal must be avenged. Alas, there are no surviving descriptions of the labyrinths that tested and proved the worth of Viruso Prima Imperialis. Pity the emperor who sits alone on his throne.
Okay. It would be nice to see a dialogue scheduling method. So you, like, let's say you activate a one of these dialogue thingies just to listen to it while you move forward, because that's actually very relaxing. There's another poem.
The son of Esamir met the son of Zaan upon the road to the imperial throne. The Eternal offered his cunning, his eyes and ears bought and paid for. The Esamite offered his strength, his sword, earned in the arena. A pact was forged, with the labyrinth as witness. Two men separated by blood. Two men bound by hope. Two men, and only one emperor.
Yeah, back to the scheduling method. So that thing actually prevents two dialogues playing at the same time. It either takes the new dialogue and plays it later, but that would be not so cool. The better version would be to just take the new dialogue and play it, and the old one will be set on pause. Or like, the old one will be repeated afterwards, again, from the start. Depending on what's better, because sometimes there's interesting stuff. But yeah, that is more like a story-oriented story-oriented buff instead of a pure gameplay-oriented one.
Is to dance with death.
Because I myself really like story and stuff. But most of the people who actually play this game don't care about it that much. So
accept no impasse.
oh, okay. One of them is supposed to be. Oh yeah, deactivated permanently. That's why. Interesting.
Such resilience.
Resilient.
Empires are forged in stone and fire.
Well, I died once. How much experience do I get? Less than 1 for this task right now. Less than 1. Oh, bollocks. That one kind of opens. Another flag would have been nice. What was that one for, actually? Don't really know. Could be anything by now. So where did it go last? He went, no, not this way. Cool. Stuff. Not just any stuff. Colored stuff.
The warrior bled upon Azaro's stones and cursed Azaro's ilk. He looked upon the walls of his tomb, built by his masters, his enemies, and called for the first ones to carry him to the forest and fields of his Ezomir. Yet while the first ones remained silent, the guide did speak. Of secrets planted by clever hands enslaved by gold. And with one such secret, plucked the life of the warrior from the first one's jaws.
I think I messed up one of the prophecies. You will be rewarded with 2 uses of the enchantment tool. The thing is 2 uses, but the first one actually only enchants, because I already read a bit about it, just to be a bit more prepared. Yeah, you can enchant this stuff. Not just any stuff, like foods and things. And there's no way to go forward, that's just great. There we go, mansion halls. Instance reset after being empty for, yeah, a very long time. Or if you click at that button. Okay, so now I'm here, now what? I think I'm very close to the exit. Hope I'm very close to the exit. Not quite sure where I am right now related to the exit. Everything kinda gets one at this moment. Okay, that should be it. Aspirant's trial. I fought him twice.
Can afford to be promising.
Felt one coming up.
Must keep those promises. The custom of the Lord's trial was upheld throughout the founding years of the Empire. Veruso's successor, Caspiro, was a low-born legionnaire, the lone survivor of a labyrinth that claimed the lives of every high-born contender, including Veruso's only son. Caspiro proved to be every bit the emperor that Veruso was. Alas, the Lord's labyrinth was corrupted by those with the vanity to consider their blood more precious than their empire. Selfish blood breeds selfish times, and the Empire paid for it with its own blood, with the Knight of 1,000 Ribbons, with that most regal of cannibals, Emperor Romira. Not anymore. I, Izaro Frecius, shall return us to justice. I shall build the greatest Lord's Labyrinth in Asmerian history, and my successor shall be chosen by the goddess herself. Only when the Lord's Labyrinth is drenched in selfish blood can a true leader ascend the throne.
The guide led the warrior down a path that wound and twisted through fields of blossoming promises, green-bladed hopes. The warrior closed his eyes, a mere moment to feel the warmth of the sun on his back, and to drink from the guide's proffered flask. Now the warrior staggers and crawls down the wounded, tortured causeway. The bitterness stings his weeping eyes, the fire roars in his belly, consuming him. The warrior will not ascend. Instead he hunts, guided by his love for Esamir.
Alright, so on to the Ascension trial we go. Oh shite.
You with open jaws.
Let's hope they don't move that far. Actually makes it very tricky. As long as I stay here in the middle, nothing bad will happen, right? Actually, come on. Let's just do this over and over again until he's done.
A golden device, hidden by a rotting emperor, overflows with power.
Neat. So, and onwards.
Before
Let's see.
your emperor, you are worthy. Before
Whoa.
the goddess of justice, you are worthy. Receive our blessings, embrace our gifts, and rise, Ascendant. For this is the ending that we all deserve.
Sweet. Alright, yeah, Divine Form. Use the skull on a pair of gloves to add a random enchantment then. Maybe this one. Random pair of gloves. This one has, I think this is already enchanted. That's it. That's the thing. I need some gloves to enchant real quick. These? Yeah, they could be enchanted. Don't have any other gloves laying around, do I? No, not really. Not really. Okay. So let's do this. And yeah, trigger Word of Winter when hit. Don't even know what that is. It sounds cool. The interesting thing is, like, this one is an enchantment at the top, and this one is an enchantment at the bottom. I don't even know what that means. But alright, yeah, Word of Winter. Let's just read up on this one. Word of Winter. Word of Winter. So, what is this? Gloves enchantment. Unleashes a traveling ice projectile that pulses with cold. Cast this spell when you're hit. 48 to 76 cold damage. That's actually very nice. Okay, let's just quickly look at the defense value. That probably changes dramatically. Not that much. Still. There's 117 and 38. 17 and 38. Okay, so health also doesn't really change. The thing that I could do now is take this, put it up here, take this, put it up here, take this, put it up there, and everybody's happy. Alright. So what else did change? Increased evasion rating, stun block recovery, accuracy, life, increased armor, strength, physical attack, leeches mana. That's the only thing that I don't really need. But okay. Now I could level up the leap slam again. That's the thing. This one does not make me able to do this. This one is. So the leap slam is the only... Can I right click to dismiss this without leveling the gem. Alright, right click. Good. So I don't accidentally do this, and then I just mess it up. That would be not so cool. So, okay, there's a treasure thing. This is another ring code. Oh, that's good. What went down, like, the first one was fire resistance, right? So this one has fire resistance on it, also cold resistance, and I could switch it with, I think, the lightning one, right? Kind of looks like it. So, kind of. Like, lightning would go down by, okay, too much. 18%, again, a little too much. I do have, I would then have a little too much cold resistance, but at least I would increase in fire. Maybe I need another ring for that. Alright, let's put the ring down there. And this one goes into... Oh god. Too much stuff. So, let's see what we have in here. Never gonna give me. Okay. Yeah, it takes a little while. It takes a little while. So... Aww. Items. Again. I was hoping for currency stuff. Right. What am I gonna do with these? Where's the this is the scroll of wisdom that I need. So scroll, blast effect, nah. Crit stuff, nope. No, not really. Nope. No. Yeah, I can get rid of most of them, really. What about these gems here? We get cold and light. Actually, the cold and lightning resistance on a gem seems... And also fire. Like, this one is good. So I don't need to focus on resistance on items itself. I can just put that in there. Increase attack speed with swords. Except for that one. Actually, that's really nice. Okay. Let's see. What could I put at? This one here is increased physical damage with swords. Melee damage while holding a shield. And chance to knock back enemies on the hit. Nice. Like, this jewel can actually be exchanged. So... It had no benefit for us. This one is mana regeneration, increased elemental damage. Is there a little more that I could do? Like increased critical strike chance with fire skill? No. That's pretty neat. Alright, so what about this one? Yeah, these three I can just sell. So, now on to the Ascendancy. The thing is, you can just go back to town and you probably mess up the Ascendancy here if you forget that. Okay, choose your path wisely. At least you can see all the skills instantly, so don't click on like a name only. What happens if I just click on the huge sphere instead of going for next? Does it also? I have to try that, but don't click. Let's not click for now. What was it? Because I was looking for a nice build that could help me. It could have been the Inquisitor. Increases spell damage if you've cast a spell recently. Yeah, definitely. Increases attack damage if you've cast a spell recently. Well, increased attack speed if you've attacked recently, and increased cast speed if you've attacked. Okay, so this actually is a switcheroo. So you have to attack and use spells at the same time. Elemental damage, cast speed. The thing is, this one has elemental damage and cast speed, both stuff that I need. Increases elemental damage multiplier and life regeneration per second and elemental damage. Chance to create consecrated grind when hit, lasting 8 seconds. Consecrated grind you create grants 40% increased damage to you and allies. Like, that's the thing about the wording now. Allies standing on consecrated ground regenerate a percentage of that. 40% increased damage to you. Is it a debuff or is it a buff? That's the thing. It doesn't really explain all of it. Like, consecrate. It's probably just a damage buff. because why else would that be? But damage to you is kind of like, is it the buff that you get? That's why it's named, or like that's why it's written to you, or is it 40 increased damage to you? Shy. Cannot be affected by elemental ailments while on consecrated grind. 6% of maximum mana and energy shield regenerated per second while on consecrated grind. 25% increased attack and cast speed while on consecrated grind. These costs. Okay, that's pretty neat. Okay. Like, let's say we don't do that because. Wait a second. You have increased spell damage if you've cast a spell recently. Alright. This is the only thing that constantly gets applied. Like, I cast, I get more damage. I cast, I get more damage. Then the attack damage increases by 50%, which is actually the main source of damage on this one. If you've cast recently. So cast, more damage. Then the second cast to still have that damage. Recently refers to the past 4 seconds. Oh, that's neat. Attack speed if you've attacked recently, and cast speed if you've attacked recently. So, what could you do? Yeah, you start with a spell. Then you attack, cast again, because then the cast speed is a little higher, and you can actually hold the buff, and then you can attack again. So casting is not the main idea of this point in here, but this one might be, except for the attack speed. But anyway, chance to create consecrated one when hit. Then hit means I have to be next to enemies, which is not a good idea. Consecrated current on kill. That is a good idea. But where is that grind being applied to? Is it under the killed enemy or is it under me? So, next one. Is there maybe? Nope, there's no deeper information. So, truth is elusive, yet God has provided us with all the tools necessary to find it. Drink deeply from God's chalice, for the faithful will never find it empty. When bound by faith and respect, the flock will overwhelm the wolf. So, 6% to all elemental resistance, that's pretty sweet. Increased elemental damage, and nearby enemies take 16% increased elemental damage, and enemies deal 8% less elemental damage. Like, both of this is pretty neat. Interesting. One of them ups the resistance by a certain amount, and the other one is enemies deal 8% less elemental damage. But that excludes any traps that work with fire, or anything else that it does not come from an enemy itself. So, like burning thing on the ground also. You could always connect it back to an enemy in some sort. The environment is your enemy. Okay. 100% increased critical strike chance against enemies that are affected by no elemental ailment. Okay, so the first one will always crit, that is sweet. And plus 45% to critical strike multiplier against enemies that are affected by elemental ailments. Oh god. That's interesting. So the first one actually enables the crit, and therefore also the ailment, and the next one, critical strike multiplier against enemies. Okay, that's also like in conjunction with this skill here. You use the spell to trigger, you follow up with attacks, and you use the spell again to keep the buff rolling. This is kind of how it's meant to be used. Use the spell, attack. Use the spell, attack. So the spell is just some kind of like helping thing in the background. 20% like plays a supporting role. 20% increased effect of non-damaging ailments on enemies, and 10% increased elemental damage and critical multiplier. This is again very interesting because it's general. Critical strikes ignore enemy monster elemental resistance. Oh Yeah, ignoring resistance means your damage cannot be modified in any way by any resistance stats. Except for if I reduce the enemy resistance? No, I don't think so. Non-critical strikes penetrate 10% of the enemy elemental resistance. Okay, it either does just more damage or all of the damage. That's good. Okay, that is a very good one. Yeah, critical strike multiplier against enemies that are affected. But at least this one, I think, would also benefit spells if I just use them in general. So, what else we got? Yeah, we don't need this one. Skills from your... Wait, let's start over here. Increased mana regeneration rate. Good. Skills from your helmet penetrate 20% elemental resistance, and from the gloves 40% increased area of effect, and boots 2% of damage life. That's nice. But 20% elemental resistance penetration. That's pretty sweet. What kind of spell was on the top? I put the Q on the helmet. Like the jump is probably on the helmet. So, together with anger. Anyway, mana regeneration, totem placement, speed. Okay, and pursuit and faith. 6% increased damage per enemy killed by you or your totems recently, and 10% increased attack and cast speed while you have a totem. Actually, I have to sit like that. Yeah, that's position also is a little better. So, like that. Good. 6% increased damage per enemy killed by you or your totems. What's the maximum amount? Okay, the maximum for the last 4 seconds. So if I kill like 50 within a second, I will still have like 50 times 6, which is an awesome amount of damage. 10% increased attack and cast speed while you have a totem, which is always the case, but would be better with multiple totems. So, increased mana regeneration totem speed, and you can have up to 2 totems. Ooh. Summon at a time, 7% less damage per totem. That's a bit iffy, but at least you have multiple totems. 20% increased mana regeneration rate, some power charges, and 25% chance to gain an endurance charge when you gain a power charge. 15% chance to gain a power charge if you or your totem kill an enemy. Okay, this one focuses more on totems and stuff, and I just have it as a beneficial spell. 10% increased maximum mana, increased mana regeneration rate, and even more mana. 10% of damage is taken from mana before life. It's a bit iffy. 10% increased maximum mana and increased mana regeneration rate. I don't have mana problems. That's the issue here. I don't have them. Sanctuary of Thors. 50% reduced mana cost of skills. 50% reduced mana cost of skills while on full energy shield. And does it get multiplied? Or like, is it like times 5 and again? Like times a half and then times a half? Or is it 2 halves added together? Means 100% reduction in cost. Gain 30% of maximum mana as extra maximum energy shield. Oh! 30% of maximum mana. That is 300. Depends, really. Okay. Still kind of interesting, but we don't really have a mana problem. So, next one. Increased armor, energy shield, and endurance charges and stuff. Nearby enemies cannot gain power. Friends or energy charges you, and nearby party members share power and stuff. Charges with you. Good. Next one. Armor, maximum energy shield, increase. The thing is, I could use this to get either more powerful, more stronger, or I could use it to up my defense. Grants armor equal to 160% of your reserve life to you and nearby allies. Grants maximum energy shield equal to 15% of your reserve mana to you and nearby. Wait. Grants armor equal to 160% of your reserved life to you and nearby allies. But I don't have reserved life. I only have grants maximum energy shield equal to 15% of your reserved mana. 15% would be 66 mana. Not that much. Increased armor. Mana, energy shield and other stuff. Then auras you cast grant 0.1% physical damage reduction to you and allies. Need auras. You cast grant physical damage reduction. Well, I do have one aura. Is it? I hope that stacks for like as many auras as possible. And this one is could also be an aura. Or what is this? This is an aura of anger. And then we have like the Arctic armor, which is delayed spell, no aura, who knows. So anyway, what was I? And maximum life regeneration per second. But it's only good if you already have an awful lot of mana. Health. Increased armor, maximum energy shield. Nope. You and your allies have 50% increased attack, cast and movement speed. If you've used a war cry recently, using war cries is instant. But I don't use war cries. Increased armor, increased maximum energy shield, reduced effect, no. Again, increased armor, additional block chance, no. Okay, we're not going for the Guardian. We could either go for the Hierophant or the Inquisitor. Now, the big question is, this one is more like a mixed option. That should... This one's more like our playstyle, really. Thing about this is increased area damage. Okay, that can help. Oh god. But if I use this, then I won't get any benefit from it. Increased maximum mana, increased mana regeneration rate. 10% of damage taken from mana before life. That one is at least a little tankier. That's pretty sweet. And increased maximum mana, increased mana regeneration rate. But if you think about it, that is a very nice spell that can keep me alive. I do have more mana. It's still wasted because of the reservations and stuff. That reduces the cost of it, so I always will have mana available. Gain 30% of maximum mana is extra maximum energy shield. That makes me tankier-ish. But this one just makes more damage. Oh, come on. That's the thing. Should we go for damage? Glass cannon or not? Use mana regeneration rate. Endurance and other things. Damage per enemy killed. Increase attack and cast speed while you have a totem. I mostly always have a totem, and this one will have 2 totems. But when I have 2 totems, the totems will deal an awful lot of damage already. Like, this is the playstyle that I have right now. It would benefit me with a little bit more tankiness. That's pretty sweet. Commode is on, auto reply, this, this player's AFK, good. I hope I don't get, like, kicked out of here. Shite, I have to move. Okay, so, just so we don't get kicked out of here. 0.5% of life regenerated per second. 10% increased elemental damage. And just increased elemental damage. More crits. More crits. More crits. 10% increased elemental damage. Cannot be affected by elemental ailments while on consecrated grind. That can really be helpful. Too bad it's just elemental ailments. Maximum mana and energy shield regenerated per second while on consecrated grind. Okay, like, if you think about it, 6%, how much is that? Like, this one increases mana regeneration rate, and 50, where was it? And 30% of maximum mana is his extra maximum energy shield. So, but this one regenerates it, but it does not instantly regenerate it, right? Like, it means the energy shield regeneration is a little higher, but it has to kick off first. So there's still a little delay. You don't just regenerate energy shield, and on top of that, there's also the instant regeneration after 2 seconds. It's a little iffy. Does this overlap, or does it work separately? Like, that's the thing.